Poetry Slam.
Come on, Kay.
Oh, I didn't deliver enough energy.
No, and you didn't finish.
I didn't finish what?
You didn't finish your intro.
Whoa. What's with the echo? Echo. 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 What? Okay. You're listening to.
Poetry Slam.
No. I didn't want that. You're listening to Poetry Slam with Bellz.
And your boy Napoleon B.M.E.
Good morning.
It's late night at this point.
It's 8:21. Nothing exciting happens before 9 p.m.
You're right.
Yeah. I know I'm right. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so Napoleon B.M.E, you seem pretty distracted. What's going on?
Oh, I'm trying to get the instrumental going.
Oh, okay. So it's been a while since we did our show. It's been a few weeks. It's great to be back.
It is great to be back.
Yeah.
We got some new poems, right?
I don't have new poems. Did I front on you? Did you think I had new poems?
Yeah.
I have been writing.
Okay.
But not poems.
Ah.
I know. Do you have new poems?
Yes.
You know what? Leave it to you to try to show me up. You know,
Show you up.
Yeah.
All I do is come on here with good content.
Oh! Wow. Yeah, you do come on here with good content. That is definitely true. So I've been writing out like a treatment. So for those who may not know what that is, it's basically a narrative like format for a film. So instead of writing a regular script, you basically write it like a regular story. And I've been writing that because I had a sort of like a movie idea of sorts. So yeah, I've been writing that, and I've been journaling, and it's been keeping me regular.
That's good to hear.
I don't know. I thought about writing poetry. I did, and then I didn't. It feels like it's not my medium right now. Is that weird?
No, because I've had that feeling too. Like, lately I haven't felt like being creative.
I feel like being creative. I just don't feel like writing poems right now. Like, I feel like I have to force it, but maybe I have a poetry block.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I don't feel like being creative. It's just I have so much to say.
Oh, you're clogged.
Yeah.
You gotta get the plunger out.
Yeah.
Okay, that's understandable. Well, we're going to have our featured guest, TayDZ, on later to talk about poetry news, and he's had a clog of his own happening with his creativity, so maybe he'll mention that.
Okay.
Yes.
All brothers. That sounds, never mind.
Sounds like your plumbers.
Yeah.
Have some plumbing issues.
Yeah.
Call Napoleon B.M.E and TayDZ. Yeah, so I have been creative lately, and I've been practicing my journaling, not quite doing morning page. I know I always talk about that on the show, but just like doing a page in my journal has really helped me to like be more free flowing and get my right life going. Right with the W.
I caught it.
You caught the pun?
Yeah.
I feel really cute for that. That's why I explained it. What?
No.
Is it ruined?
No.
I won't do it so I don't ruin it.
Sometimes when you explain the joke, it ruins the joke. But since some people don't understand the right life thing, it makes sense to explain it.
Oh, okay. Thanks for backing me up on that.
You just didn't have to explain it to me.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what have you written about recently? Give us a little preview.
I did some adding to a poem, and then I wrote a poem that's a little. Well, it's just the beginning of the poem that I've written. That it's different from what how I usually start my poems.
Okay.
But it's 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 gonna be different. Once I finish writing this poem, it's gonna blend so well. You're gonna see. But I only have the beginning.
Okay.
So I'm
That's
gonna
how
read
it
it.
starts. You start with the part,
Yeah.
then you get the whole.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm available on Wednesdays, and I definitely want to go to the poetry party. I haven't been to perform, so maybe that'll be my goal for next week. To get back in that poetic mind and perform that poem at poetry party.
Yeah.
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 I want to go back to, but work.
We don't know how your schedule's gonna be looking.
Well, we know how my schedule's gonna be looking.
Okay.
It's just the fact of getting up for work, cause
Oh.
yeah.
Okay. So if you go to sleep late, you may not wake up on time to get to work on time the next day.
Well, the thing is, right? If I get home late,
Right.
well, I don't sleep anyway. I rarely sleep. I mean, I don't sleep much at night.
What are your average hours for sleep?
4 to 6.
That's normal, I feel.
Uh,
Oh, I feel like most people are like 6 to 8.
Yeah.
So you're kind of on the low end.
Yeah.
However, I thought you were gonna say 3 to 4.
I used to. I used to get like 3 to 4 hours of sleep, but my body was like, no more.
4 hours of sleep.
We can't do that no more. Or it would used to be between 0 and 4 hours of sleep.
Wow, you would run on fumes like it was normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, 4 hours is definitely the minimum. I'm somebody, I can sleep 10 hours and still feel good. I can sleep 12 hours and I'm okay. Like, I can sleep like a kid. You know, kids just sleep
Yeah.
carefree. I can still sleep like that.
See, if I sleep too much,
Yeah.
I won't. I won't feel good.
Okay.
If I sleep too little,
Yeah.
I won't feel good. So I'm still trying to find that happy medium.
Okay.
But the problem is falling asleep, getting to sleep.
So resting your mind.
Yeah, because my mind is on 10 all the time.
That's
It'd be,
understandable.
it'd be like a, it'd be like, so imagine this, right? Imagine this for me, right?
Okay.
It's like a NASCAR driver
Okay.
with a turbo engine that has a rocket ship, rocket propulsion.
My head isn't even with the analogy. Like that's too much. I get what you're saying, but that just sounds like full throttle, just like everything. Like you're going so fast, the engine's shaking, the car's shaking. That's him. Very good imagery with that. Definitely, I got that. Maybe that can be a poem. Maybe I'll take. Are you trying to inspire me? Should that be my poem?
No. You can't take my idea for that poem.
You can sell it to me. Just
No,
get
no, no,
thrown
no,
over
no,
like
no, no,
salt.
no. I
Salt
can't.
over the shoulder. I caught it.
I can't do that. That's no poem.
Okay, well,
Um,
you can have that one. I'll give it back. You said it to me. That's like a give. I gave it back.
thank you. I appreciate that.
You're
Um,
welcome.
let's get poetry.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna get to. Well, you go first since you got something fresh. Go on.
Okay.
Go on with your bad self.
Rhythm. I don't have rhythm. I have two left feet that are always off beat, and sometimes I'm stepping on my own toes. Battling with my two left feet. I be thinking I'm on beat, but that's more. But it's more like staccato. Like I can't find the beat, but I be trying. But I don't try too hard, cause I know the best dancers don't try.
Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I was waiting for the B.M.E at the end. Like, I was waiting. If you change your tag to, like, Napoleon B.M.E at the end of every poem,
yeah,
that would be funny.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Okay.
So, okay, so B.M.E is come on. So,
Okay. So we've got a special guest tonight, B.M.E, who is a musician and is going to talk about his work, his artistry, who he is as an artist. On Poetry Slam, we like to bring indie, typically African American,
yeah.
but indie artists and introduce you to some new sounds. So he's going to be on soon. We can talk to him about what he's got going on in his right life. That is, if he writes music, we're going to find out. So while we do this, listen to these tunes. Okay, while we're waiting for B.M.E to join our show, Napoleon B.M.E, won't you break down your poem?
So, like I said, it's not done yet, but I think the way it's gonna go is gonna be about how some things are done in bad timing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a kind of a going into how some things are done in like at a bad time. So rhythm, bad timing, offbeat, that
Okay.
that whole analogy.
I understand the analogy. How does that apply to where you are in your life right now?
I don't always pick the right timing to say stuff, and it's not even in just in conversation. It's just in life. Like I be just saying stuff like that comes to my mind as it comes to my mind, and it's not the right time to say it because it's one of those times that I just like, okay, this was a little off. You shouldn't have said it like that, or you shouldn't have said that. But it's like, it was on my mind, so.
Okay. I understand. So is it just for the things you say, or are you also talking about life decisions?
Yeah, life decisions. Um, Hold up, B.M.E.
So, like, as we're doing this, I'm trying to pen a poem right now.
What you trying to write a poem as?
Because I'm a little inspired.
A little?
Because a few days ago, I did think to write a poem, but I didn't really have time because I've been, like, prioritizing other writing. I've been working on school and, like, I'm back at work. So it's kind of like ironic that you wrote or started writing a poem about timing because I felt a bit like burned out a couple of weeks ago, and it kind of put me in like a very like sad or just like down place. And I feel I've recovered from that, and I'm now practicing things to cope with managing my emotions and just keeping myself motivated and just working on a better work-life balance. And I felt that pacing and timing was kind of factoring into my life in a new way. Like, I had a new perception on it because I think sometimes I try to rush things, or sometimes I imagine like who I want to be and where I want to be, and it's like I was waiting to wake up and be there and be that person, and I was getting frustrated that things just weren't moving fast enough. And then like that was a part of what was getting me down. And then I realized, well, it's a process. Like, you have to pace yourself. You have to find your pace, and you have to be patient with yourself. So since I sort of had that realization like last week, I feel I've been doing better with pacing myself, and it works in all areas of my life. I mean, in terms of talking to people, I could probably be more patient because I think sometimes I get eager to say stuff, and like I start emoting before I say something, and the person's like, "Well, go ahead." But in terms of like actions, I feel that now I'm just taking my time more. So since my mentality has changed about it, I feel better, and I actually feel like I'm making progress. Because there'll be a time when I would start to do something, and if I messed up, then I would just negate any progress I'd made on that thing because I didn't do it perfectly. So it didn't even matter if I was like almost done. It just was a thing of, oh, I messed up at this part. It doesn't even matter anymore. So I feel pacing just in life is really important.
No, I get that. I definitely felt that. Well, not felt that. I tend to also, when I'm thinking of something to say or trying to respond to people in conversation, it's like I tend to cut them off before they finish what they're saying. So it's just like one of those things that it's irritating to me that I do that because I don't want to irritate someone else. But it's if I don't say it at that moment,
It goes away.
and I forget what I was going to say.
Yeah. It's definitely a skill because I watch Undisputed a lot. For those who don't watch that, it's a debate show, a sports debate show, and you have to wait your turn to talk. You have to actively listen to the person, and you have to hold your own thoughts in your head. Like, they don't rehearse for this. They have notes, of course, of like the topics they're going to talk on, but you have to respond to who is talking to you.
Right.
So it's a skill to hold in your head what you need to say, as well as listen to the other person and respond to them.
Yeah, I respond in segments. That's how my brain works.
You gotta break it in pieces.
Yeah, my brain. You gotta like. My brain gotta be like, okay, okay, okay. Like it takes. My brain really takes bite-sized pieces of conversation sometimes. So I gotta take the bite, eat it, process it, respond. And when that responding or that processing and responding is happening, it's in the middle of someone talking. So, and I personally don't like it when I do it, but I've done better to control it, but I still end up forgetting what I'm gonna say in response to something. So I gotta go back in my mind, rewind the tape, and just be like,
Okay. So I started writing this poem. This is the start of a poem too. Yes, I've got a little raw poetry for you. Let's go. This is called Poetic Mind. I'm not of the poetic mind. I haven't used any poetry time to write poems. My stories, writings, are conversations from my imaginary friends, and they don't print themselves in paper for me. I talk them into existence, and they simply won't repay. They're like bad children. Grow up, get moving in my space, make me famous because you are a genius. Be diligent, I'm wishing it. wishing you, begging you to hop in my notebook and make me famous. Bellz.
Woo! Not make me famous. Hey.
That is so how I'm feeling about my writing. Because writing is hard. Like, even if you enjoy it, even if you're passionate about it, writing something, finishing it, liking it, is difficult. And it's just like, sometimes I think about finishing something and the potential that it could have. Like, oh, this could be the one. You know, it's like you're only one song away from a hit. You're only one poem away from a hit, sort of thing.
Yeah, like, that's how I feel. Like, whenever, I feel like I've always got to top my last poem.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I feel like I haven't been feeling creative lately.
Oh.
Because I feel like I am stuck in a place where I keep writing about the same thing.
Oh, you need new experiences.
Yeah, the thing is, I've done new things.
Oh.
So it's like, the new stuff that I've done, it's like, I mean, not but like, it's like, it hasn't put my creative foot on the pedal.
Oh, you know what? There was a time they used to have like creative writing workshops downtown, like sort of near Harbor East. Maybe you can try to go to like a workshop or something. Like this was a free, I think it was $5 or free, something like that. But you may need to like get in a writer's group or put yourself in a new creative setting. You know?
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking. It's like, I just feel like I'm in a creative rut that just keeps going around and around, and that's never written about the same thing. And I don't want to be stuck in that rut, because I don't want to be stuck to that what's the word? The thing that I'm one of those writers who just write about love, or just write about hate, or just write about how sucky love is sometimes, or just write about how I don't want to be stuck in that box, because I feel myself possibly getting stuck in that box.
Well, if you feel it happening, it's happening. It's just in the early stage, and you got to catch it. Okay, you have to figure out how to like grow your inner artist. Right now, it's like the size of a pea. And you want it to be a little blossom.
Yeah, I want it to be a tree. Like,
oh, tree. Yeah. Okay. One thing that I find helps me with that is when I talk to other artists, because sometimes talking to somebody just gets you inspired or just makes you think of something different. Yeah. Or just like seeing other art, really. It's there's something so valuable about having like new people as a sounding board for your creativity, or just hearing like other people's stuff. You know? That can be inspiring in a different way. Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out why B.M.E is having trouble.
Oh man, B.M.E, we need you on the show because we have another guest lined up for 9 o'clock. So we'd love to have you on. If you would like to tune in or become a guest on Poetry Slam, definitely follow us on our social media at Poetry Slam on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
Definitely us.
Facebook.
Facebook? Oh yeah, we do have Facebook. We post to Facebook too, because we post to Instagram. So
I post automatically on Facebook.
Yes, they do. Yeah, so while we're waiting for B.M.E and Napoleon B.M.E doing that, I guess I'll just steal the mic. I'll stay on the mic, and I'll try to riff something. I'm gonna try to riff.
Hold up.
Look. Napoleon B.M.E doesn't want this heat.
Hold up.
I'm sensing fear.
No.
I'm sensing fear.
No. I have one of the poems that I edited over the weekend. I'm gonna read that one. Oh.
I meant to hit this one. Scared?
Nah.
Okay. Let's hear what you came up with.
Okay. Now, mind you, I'm dealing with a little allergy, so just bear with me. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way? My girl is so fine. She's a dime. That diamond in the rough that's been buried, mistaken for coal. But I mind you, dug you up, wiped off the dirt, and let your beauty shine. I never want to be one of the ones who let you get away. So I will help you shine brighter than the sun. I want you in my life forever, so I will always love you the way you need to be loved. I don't want to be in your list of names that hurt you, so I'll never drop you. But I also don't want you to be in my list of names who hurt me. So please don't hurt me. Please don't. Please hold me in your hands as if I'm the last diamond on earth. Hold me like I'm a precious, fragile vase. I don't want to be in your regrets, and I don't want you in mine. I want us to hold each other like we're the last two people on earth. Don't let me go, and I won't let you go. I want us to hear each other out. Every laugh, every pain that we've experienced, I want us to help each other out creatively. Meaning, I want us to help each other grow in our passions, never letting the drop, never letting the other drop what we need to achieve our goals individually and together. I want us to grow together like the giant sequoias, strong, be light.
Well, I know who that was for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And it also sounded familiar.
The beginning was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what did you change?
I just added Yeah, I added to it. The after after
I guess
yeah.
you say what can make me feel. I'm singing the wrong song.
No, you are. You sing the right one.
I am.
Yeah. But I added after the I and I and I let you I wiped off the dirt and let your beauty shine. I added after that.
Oh, okay. You discovered a gem.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah.
So why'd you pick that song?
I don't know. It was just playing one day, but I heard it. It was in my mind one day, and it was just like, It was just like, okay, I can rip off this, and I did.
Nice. Oh wow, what the heck happened to the music? No music. No music. Okay, y'all. Just know right now my phone is on 5%. It's doing a lot. So I started this other poem called Pace Your Race. And this one isn't finished. I feel the first poem I read sounded a little finished. This one's going to sound a little unfinished. So listen to this poem and tell me where you think it should go.
Okay.
Pace your race. For the glow at the end, go to the finish and beyond it. However, don't go too fast. Don't go too slow. Your steps, your breath, your faith, and your Bellz.
Huh? Hey, Bellz, come on. How you gonna leave us on that cliffhanger like that?
Let's finish the sentence.
No, didn't. You didn't.
Dot, and then you put your stuff on it.
Finish it.
Okay. I'll finish it, sure.
The ellipses just left me hanging. Like, I knew there was more, but I couldn't. There was
That's when you come with more.
no
that's
more
exit.
from you.
Oh, more from me?
Yes.
It was more from me. See, the thing is,
Oh,
I stopped
man.
thinking mid-verse. And then when I went back to it, it didn't come back immediately. And I thought, well, this is what it is. So I've been trying this new thing with trying to get the Michael Jordan mentality. Not necessarily being a basketball champion, but I watched The Last Dance. Have you seen that?
No, I didn't.
The Last Dance is a basketball documentary of Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and the Bad Boy Pistons, like in the late 90s. So there's some very good interviews of Michael Jordan and him talking about his mentality and how he went from not that good of a basketball player, truthfully, in the beginning, to being Michael Jordan. Like how hard he worked to be among the best, or some of the best athletes, considered by some. So one thing that I noticed is that he was really good at self-motivating. Like, of course, we know that Jordan was obsessed with winning. Like, he even had a gambling problem. He loved to win. But he got really good at motivating himself. Like, when things would happen, when he didn't win, he would take the smallest instances in his life and he would turn that around and internalize it to make him, to push him to, like, get what he wanted in life. Like, oh, okay, you got that? You got the MVP? I'm going to get this. I'm going to get a championship. You got that? I get this. Sort of thing.
Yeah. So,
like, lately, I've been trying to, like, self-motivate and practice that. It's a skill.
That's dope. That's real dope.
Okay, I mean,
self-motivation is a skill.
Yeah.
Because not everybody can do it. I definitely struggle with it. At times, but so I can understand how self-motivation can be hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's what I want my next poem to be about. The poem that I'm going to write during this show. It's going to be inspired by or motivated by self-motivation. So we are currently at 8:54, and we've got TayDZ coming in at 9 p.m. with Poetry News. So before we go, B.M.E, do you want to share another poem, or do you want to save it for later in the show?
I'll save it for later in the show.
Okay, so while we wait for TayDZ to get on the air with us, we're going to take a 6-minute break.
Yeah.
So stay tuned and listen to these tunes here on Poetry Slam. listening to Poetry Slam with Bellz.
And your boy Napoleon B.M.E.
We've got TayDZ in the chat room. Hey, TayDZ.
Hello, hello. How are y'all doing? I hope I can be heard.
You can be heard. You are heard. So,
You are heard but not seen. What's up with that, bro?
Oh yeah.
What's up with that, bro?
Turn the camera on.
I'll be on that part soon, I promise.
Well, look, you got a lot of time on the show, man. Like, you need to have the camera on ASAP. You need to get all the frames.
Like Rocky.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Yeah, so how have you been, TayDZ?
I've been okay. I went out today and then I came back in and I said, hold up. I can't miss Poetry Slam.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
No, you can't. You got your own segment.
Ooh.
No, TayDZ with the poetry news in his own segment. That's crazy.
Yes! Because TayDZ doesn't do poems. He watches the news. And he's on Poetry Slam, so he's got to come with the poetry news.
Yeah. I mean, if we make this into a show, he would have his own little corner over there. And
yes! That's what we're trying to do. If you would just pop open your camera, we could put you in the corner with your poetry news.
Oh, man.
Like the weekend update.
Yes!
So basically, unlike the Saturday Night Live segment, I'm basically a segment on the show. I'm like the weekend update full on. Can I just be Michael Shea?
Hey, come with some jokes, and yeah.
Yeah, Michael Shea is cool.
Well, let me get my light situation squared up, and I can turn this camera on.
Alright, while you're getting that set up, let me just recap the people on what we're going to be talking about. It is Black women's fashion is a political statement. Okay, so let me rewind. So, Sierra, who is the wife of the famous football quarterback Russell Wilson, who now plays for the Denver Broncos, she went to an Oscar party wearing a naked dress.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that.
And I saw the comments around it too.
Yes, those comments were very controversial. Okay, so for those who haven't seen the dress makes Sierra look like she's naked. It's like a black sheer rhinestone thing. You can see everything underneath. You can see her body, and she's wearing a black thong with it and pasties, and that's the outfit.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people online were criticizing her, and someone stated, well, they're criticizing her this way because she's a black woman, and what black women wear is a political statement. I mean, we can't just wear what we want without it meaning something.
Yeah.
And attached to that is a month later, we have the situation with Angel Reese, and she's a black athlete. She's the
she's point guard, I think?
She's point guard, but she recently won an award because she plays basketball so well. But she's African American. She plays for LSU. LSU won the championship. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. They beat Iowa. And of course, there's some controversy about how she looks as well.
Well, there's also controversy about how she went about playing the game.
Right. Okay, go ahead.
Her trash talk was criticized as well, even though the Caitlin Clark did the same thing.
Caitlin Clark plays for Iowa. Her opponent did the same thing, and her opponent was Caucasian or white.
Yes.
So this is another clear example of there's a different set of rules for people who look a little different.
And I think the other reason why they criticized Sierra's dress is because of who Russell Wilson is and how his morals are.
Yeah.
And at first, she didn't dress like that in the beginning of the relationship.
Oh, okay.
But now that she's comfortable and everything is I don't see a problem with it, but it's just.
You don't see. Okay, so let me just define fashion, because we're talking about how Sierra dressed and how Angel Reese was taunting during a basketball game. So fashion is a manner of doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the vague definition of it. Okay, so with Sierra's dress, I agree with the fact that I don't see it as a problem either. Like, I feel like Sierra is her own woman. She can express her femininity the way she wants. But I think the society we live in sees a strong expression of femininity as a threat to masculinity. And that's not... Those aren't always related in that way.
And the fact that if her husband doesn't have a problem with it,
yeah,
then nobody should have a problem.
I feel some people think that Russell Wilson is weak or less of a man for letting his wife leave the house that way. I've seen comments like that.
Yeah, I have. And the thing is, like, and the other comment I've seen is, like, about how his morals and Christianity and all that are being challenged.
Yeah.
By her wearing a dress.
Honestly, I feel if Christianity weren't a part of their celebrity brand, then people wouldn't have the same level of criticism. Because I remember when, like, the naked dress look is not a new thing. Like, Sierra isn't the first to wear this style. Like,
right.
Even dating back to, like, 98. It was very controversial back in 98 for women to wear this. But, like, it's been a consistent trend for the past decade to wear the naked dress. Even Beyonce wore it. In the 2010s. But when she was wearing it, I don't really remember people talking about she's disrespecting Jay-Z. And she's an entertainer, just like Sierra's an entertainer.
Yeah.
She had kids, just like Sierra has kids. But Beyonce doesn't have Christianity as a part of her brand, the same way Sierra and Russell Wilson do.
Exactly.
So
I think that's why it was a little more controversial and more talked about.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. I definitely think that's a part of it. However, I agree with the opinion that when black women do, I guess, shocking things, or things that are, I guess, away from the norm, it's criticized a lot more harshly by other black people and people who are outside of our race.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And that brings us to the Angel Reese situation, which can be paralleled with Caitlin Clark's behavior. Do you want to say what happened?
That whole situation. So, Caitlin Clark, in previous games, Caitlin Clark was seen giving people that John Cena, you can't see me, and telling people you're 15 points behind, shut up, and her teammates like kind of pumped her up for that. With that,
yeah.
It was reward.
Yeah.
Like, and then when Angel Reese does it,
mm-hmm.
and then when the game was over, or it had like 5 minutes left in it or whatever, Angel Reese pointed to her ring finger saying, "I got the ring."
Ooh, that hurt.
And it was seen. It's rumored that Angel Reese like followed Caitlin Clark to do that.
Oh.
But I mean,
I don't know about any of the rumors, honestly. However, I know both girls did the same behavior of taunting. And, like, when it comes to sports, this was a championship. It's very competitive. These are, like, top teams. And in sports, people trash talk.
Exactly.
I mean, taunting is unsportsmanlike conduct, but it happens. It's a part of the nature of the game. So to criticize Angel Reese, some media personalities calling her an idiot, saying like what she was doing was just so not classy. However, her opponent, Caitlin Clark, who only looks different from her, had the same behavior, hasn't been criticized at all.
Well, after the fact that Caitlin Clark did it too, people were like, well, I mean, it was already known. It was already known that Caitlyn Clark did it. Yeah. But to him, to the one who didn't, the one who called Angel Reese an idiot.
Yes.
He didn't know.
Oh, so he was just ignorant.
Yeah.
Oh.
He didn't know that Caitlyn Clark had done it.
Okay.
And then he came back and said both girls were wrong. This shouldn't happen in women's sport. I'm like, bruh.
So the men do it too. Like,
exactly.
They're athletes. They're competing.
That's what I'm saying.
So, and that's another thing. It's not that she was criticized just because she was black. She was also criticized because she was a woman. Because in male sports, when there's trash talking and there's taunting, it's not looked down upon. It's part of the game, right?
Right.
So
and if it gets
the same standard.
Right. And if it gets too out of control, the refs step in.
Right.
But the refs never stepped in. So
what does that tell you?
it wasn't out of control.
Exactly. And another thing was people were criticizing Angel Reese for her taunting in a situation where her team won the game, but her team definitively won. The game, the score was something like 105 to 85. That's a huge point differential in basketball.
Exactly.
So it's not like Iowa had a chance
to come back.
Yeah, come back in the fourth quarter or something, you know?
Right. I mean, if it was football or some other sport that had multiple points per, like, more than, like, 3 or 2, multiple points per score, then, yeah, I could see them being like,
Right.
But, like, it was a big difference.
A huge difference. Difference.
A 20-point difference.
Absolutely. So, we kind of wanted to make the point of black women's behavior that can be very political.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. It's rarely ever to our advantage. And I really believe that there's nothing that Angel Reese could have done to encourage people to have a positive perception of her character. Like, she could have only have done something to give someone a negative perception. People aren't looking to, think of her positively.
Plus, she's already outspoken person. She's already.
She's straightforward.
She's one of them hype people that doesn't care. Yes. She's like
undeniable.
Right, undeniably herself.
Yeah.
So she doesn't care what anybody else has to say. She's gonna be her to the fullest.
An example of that: Jill Biden invited both teams to the White House. Now that is something that has never been done before in history. Like, championship teams are invited to the White House. That's tradition, but it's the winning team that has to go. Jill Biden invited the losing team and the winning team. She invited Iowa, and people
No, she said she was going to tell Joe to.
She's going to tell Joe to do that.
Yeah, and then people were like, cool. Is at the time it was Connecticut versus South Dakota State University or whatever. They were like, cool. Is they invited too because Connecticut won.
Okay.
And they were like, is somebody said, okay, not cool, but is South Dakota State University invited too? So they were like, kind of being like, that's not cool, but also like poking fun at what she was doing.
Right. And, well, Angel Reese definitely poked fun in it because as soon as Jill Biden made that announcement, Angel said a joke.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's an insult to both teams because this is a sport. The team won definitively. It's like, if you're the loser, why do you want to sit at the winner's table and, like, keep soaking up your loss? Just go home respectfully.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I've talked to people about it and they were like, or I've seen the comments on Twitter and they were like, yeah, if Iowa doesn't decline, they have no class.
Yeah, and they definitely declined Jill's invitation as well, and Caitlin Clark has turned around and showed support for Angel Reese.
Right.
She said she should never be criticized for what she did. I'm just one that competes, and she competed. I'm a big fan of hers. I respect Caitlin as an athlete as well.
Yeah.
So I really think the media made a mess of this situation.
Caitlin and Angel had nothing wrong. They had nothing to say about the situation. It was the other adults.
The other adults, these are 20-year-old women. They're young women, but they're 20 years old, and they're
19 and 20
athletes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
they were in the heat of the game. They were doing it to each other, and it just got blown up into a narrative. But that's what we're talking about: the narratives that are created of Black women specifically. The narrative created on Sierra. Her dress didn't have to be a big deal because the look has been done before. I mean, she was great. Yes, in her own right, in her moment, but she wasn't doing anything new. But the story is what is making it a bad moment.
It's always the other people.
Yeah.
It's never the people involved. It's always the other people.
Yeah, so let's change our perception on Black women's fashion. And it looks like we've got TayDZ on video finally.
Finally.
In this conversation. TayDZ, come on in.
Come on.
Stop playing, man.
Hey. I had a lot of things to do.
We're running a show. We're on a timer. You know, Napoleon B.M.E, he's got another job to get to. We gotta finish on time. You're taking your time. See, you promote people, they become divas. You see, you think you're the Aaron Rodgers of the show.
Oh!
No, he thinks he's the Tom Brady of the show.
Whoa. You're not the GOAT. We're fighting over the GOAT title. You're out of that.
You're not Brady.
I don't take Tom.
You are never going to be Brady.
That's all fact. Well, I can't be the Adam Schefter because here's your poetry news.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
After we talk about it.
Right.
Okay, let me just turn you up on this. Go ahead.
I will say, my opinion on the injury stuff, it's a sad thing that grown people politicize two kids basically playing a sport, all because one team was mostly black and one team was mostly white, and then proceed to then politicize two women taunting. That's just ridiculous. But
athletes.
You know, but at the same time, it's funny. Caitlin's the type of person where they praise, and then Angel's the type of person where they tell her to shut the dribble. So
literally,
take that what you will. You know, the top five basketball player in Larry Bird was renowned for his taunting and his smart aleck mouth on the court. You know, the man was doing some pretty crazy taunts on that court. God forbid Angel Reese still a little "you can't see me" at somebody. So.
Who did it to her first?
Or point at her ring finger saying, "Look at what I got."
And she did get it.
Yeah.
It's not like she's talking and not walking.
Right.
You know, but that's just how it is. That's just how society is, unfortunately.
We can change it. We're changing the conversation right here on Poetry Slam.
That's facts.
Like that. I like y'all. I like how y'all change the conversation. I did find some poetry news as, throughout my week. Are y'all familiar with AI?
Not a chat GPT conversation. we are
I
not
know.
bots.
I know.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a singer. My bad.
Wait, huh? Wait a minute, But I promise you, this one's a bit more related to y'all's profession. See, they're trying to make AI poetry.
Look. This is this can't be automated.
No, it can't be. It really can't be. This is.
we should generate some AI poems and like
So, Vice did an article recently about AI poetry and if it was possible. So, so basically with the Chat GPT, for those who don't know, it's the new AI chatbot on the block. Now people are trying to write stories on with Chat GPT. People are writing whole novels with it. People are doing book reports with it, and now they're trying to do poetry. However, they're finding it a little harder than other things.
Yes.
Great. A report, sure. A book, sure.
Poetry.
And quite frankly, as you both may probably figure out, or have already figured out by now, the main culprit, or the main issue is the human element, and the fact that, let's just say, we as a society at large tend to go towards the trite and the cliche. However, poets very much do not. At least modern poets very much do not. Modern poets, y'all tend to find new ways to say things, to express yourselves. And so they put in some prompts. And I can send these prompts to both of you. They put in prompts, right, to try and replicate poetry. And they put them side by side with actual poems. And the results were very much robotic, to say the least.
Okay, so TayDZ, you bringing this information has inspired me to try to find an experimental AI-powered muse that helps compose poetry inspired by classic American poets. This is from Google. Do you want to try to make an AI poem together?
And I will also send you both the 2 times that Vice tried to do AI poetry.
Okay.
I send them both to you.
Okay, let's make an AI poem and compare them to the AI poems on Vice. This is so interesting. Okay. So verse by verse, let's write a poem. So who are your muses? Okay, it's a lot of people here. So, pick a number. You said Edgar Allan Poe. TayDZ, pick a number 1 through 5.
Give me 2.
Pick a number 1 through
4. 3.
Okay, you picked Francis Allen Mockett's Harper. And I'm going to pick Ralph Waldo Emerson. Those are our poetry muses.
Mm-hmm.
We have to pick a poetic form, a quatrain, a couplet, or free verse.
Couplet.
Alright, Napoleon, you guys spoke first. Number of syllables of each line of verse. You get 4 through 12 or any. TayDZ, come on!
Oh, me? Oh, okay. I thought Dave was gonna pick that one. Give me 5.
6. Oh, I think you said 5 before I said 6. Okay, next. Your first line will inspire your muses. TayDZ, say a random word. And then, Napoleon, you pay me back, and I'll pay you back.
Donut.
No. Don't do that.
No. Donut.
Crispy.
Okay, and I'm going to say fresh. That's our first line. Donut, crispy, fresh. Okay, it's loading. So continue writing or choose suggestion. We're going to choose a suggestion. Poe says, okay, we've got 3. So we're going to have to go 1, 2, 3. So Poe's first. I'm second. TayDZ. No, TayDZ, you're second. I'm third. And let's all just pick a number 1 through 3.
1.
Okay. TayDZ.
2.
I'm picking 1. Is that the whole thing? Another stanza. Did you pick 2?
No, he picked 2.
I picked 2.
2. Okay, and I'm gonna pick 1. Okay, we have 2 stanzas. You wanna hear them or finish the poem? Wait, do you wanna add another stanza or finish the poem?
I'd say add another stanza.
Add another stanza.
Okay, pick numbers again. 1 through 3.
Give me 3.
I mean, you gotta go first.
Okay,
you know what?
Give me 2.
Y'all, 3. Actually, this is the last verse, I think. Second
2.
to last. You said 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got 3 stanzas. Do you want one more?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna pick first. I pick 3.
3.
Picking 1.
And Napoleon B.M.E said 3 first. It's loading. It's still a lot of thinking. Uh-oh. You picked 1, TayDZ. You gotta do 1 more. I'll do verse 10. I'm gonna pick 2. I haven't picked 6. Finish. Okay, this is our poem. Oh, we need a title. I'm gonna name it AI poem. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, we got our AI poem, guys. So, you want me to read it? Or you want me to read
Yes.
it?
Go ahead, kid.
Okay. Here's our AI poem. Donut crispy fresh, stand there in your breath. Spring came to her place, Sparta of our race. Night above our sight, without ed, cold light. Capped the coffin lid, laid her dread smile. Blue was her eyes' hue, fled in the far blue. AI.
AI is hilarious.
That was beautiful. Really beautiful.
That made no sense to me. That was trash.
I was trying to follow it, huh?
I was trying to follow it too, but it's nothing.
Well, Fuzhjin is getting ready to join.
Oh, yay! We have another guest.
Yes.
Okay. Well, until Fuzhjin joins, TayDZ, do you want to read one of the poems from Bellz that was AI?
Sure, I can read it. Let me get to it real quick.
Prepared. You need to be more prepared than this.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Talking about you're right here. You're right here.
Yeah. I'm right here. Everywhere. Always right though. Alright. This prompt for the poem is write a poem inspired by growing up mixed race in Scotland and experiencing racism as well as the structures of colonialism. Growing up mixed race in Scotland, a world of colors and hues, with the walls of racism surrounding me, a harsh reality that I can't refuse. The structures of colonialism loom large, a history of exploitation and pain. My identity feels like a battleground, a struggle that I cannot restrain. The taunts and jeers that I've endured cut deep like a sharpened knife. The ignorance and intolerance around me, a constant reminder of my strife. I refuse to be silenced, to let the hate and bigotry win. I stand proud in my multiracial identity and vow to let my true self within. I embrace the cultures that make me and celebrate the beauty of diversity. I'll fight against the chains of colonialism and create a world of equality. For though the path may be difficult and the journey may be long, I know that I have the strength to endure and rise up to where I belong. So I'll hold my head up high and let my voice ring loud and clear, for I am mixed race and proud, a force to be reckoned with here.
Someone obviously put thought into that. That wasn't all AI. That was some human decision making.
Not that was AI. That was Chat GPT. Compared
Uh,
to the real poem that a person actually made on Skinferiority by Courtney Stoddart. So, I can definitely tell you the Chat GPT version of the poem is a lot more structured, a lot more, I thought it was more robotic, you know?
yeah, it doesn't have that humanity in it.
No, I definitely agree with that. It doesn't have that humanity. Like, it doesn't sound real.
Mm-mm. No, especially when you look at that, like the actual poem, like I said, Skinferiority by Courtney Stoddart. Her poem feels more heartfelt. It feels like it really came from inside, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna be moving to AI poetry anytime soon.
No, definitely not, definitely not.
But it is a fun thing to play with.
Yeah, but I would not.
You know, I'm with you. I like to draw, and I've seen AI art.
That stuff's freaky.
Uh,
Have you seen
it,
that?
No.
Oh, I think you have. Maybe you
it's
know. It's
Uh,
everywhere.
it's
let
everywhere.
me
You
see
probably
it.
see.
Hold on.
You can tell what is AI art when you start looking closer at it. A lot of AI art made with things like Mid Journey or like
Oh, I
Holara
know.
AI. They're getting better, but they still can't do hands, for instance. It's pretty bad. They can't do hands.
Well,
Oh man.
thank you so much, TayDZ, for our poetry news. It was so intriguing. The topic that you brought to our show tonight. Thank you so much. If you'd like to stay on, you're definitely welcome. We're going to bring on our return guest, Fuzhjin. So, come on in, Fuzhjin.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Mic check, I'm sounding good. I'm too loud, too quiet, anything. Y'all just let me know.
Your mic sounds great.
Right, you sound
I appreciate it. I literally just set my mic back up. It's been in a backpack for a minute.
Oh man.
What was your mic doing in a backpack?
No.
I had a dog sit the other day, so I was on the move.
Okay. Okay, bro. Yeah, nah, we get it. You had to take it on the go. On the go.
Of course.
Yeah, so what have you been up to since we last spoke?
Man, just doing my thing. Actually starting April. Since the top of April, I told myself I'm gonna drop super consistent content. So Monday that just passed, I dropped a remix to a Mobb Deep song called Temperatures Rising. And this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I actually dropped some kind of short form content on my TikTok with some original instrumentation by myself and original production. I directed it and edited it as well. And got another single on the way as well. But you know, staying busy, man. Staying busy.
Okay, you're trying to go viral, putting your sounds on TikTok.
On the TikTok.
Absolutely.
Oh, clock app.
What do you call it?
Clock app.
What is that? What?
Clock app.
Clock app. Oh. Oh yeah, you go there to waste time.
The TikTok.
I get that part too.
Okay.
I was just trying to add to it.
That's a bar.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, bro. What should we, besides the new singles and you on TikTok, what should we be looking out for?
Whoa! Why are you acting like several new singles and TikToks are a big deal?
I mean, they are a big deal.
Brush that to the side.
No, I didn't. I didn't just brush it to the side.
We need more information. Like, we need some titles. You know, we need like music video. Like, what? You know.
Of course, man. I completely get it. So, other than the TikToks and the remix, I got a new single that I'm dropping next Friday. I was supposed to have it done this Friday, but some scheduling conflicts didn't allow for it. But yeah, new single next Friday. As of right now, it's titled Bermuda. It's still in production. All the beats and engineering is done by my brother and godson collaborator, Ike. Obviously, I'm on the raps and whatnot. We're working on shooting a music video for it as well. Trying to drop a single like every month, like a fresh single, and then let's see, in June, that's when album is coming, man. Album with my brother Blank Thought. Full production, full engineering, full studio album. You feel me? So we got a lot of things on the way, but just taking it at a time. We working on it as we go.
That's really dope. Can't wait. Want to hear it. If you got a few bars you can drop for us.
Of course. So this is off a song that my brother Blank also produced. I dropped in January called Reset. Said Year of the Godly, top tier seeing these copies, new symbols, for instance, minimal props, I'm getting a check, really rocky. Yeah, they looking for the best, but the temperature shocking. It's Jim, and 9 Junior, Beef and Ken, and now become a shooter. Malcolm X and Varys could be Lulu. Mind the mess, mind is on the Ruger. Mind the stress, I'm feeling limited. Time to stress, so I was staying vigilant. Llamas take the rest, put it in with God, the mirror. I see no difference on my kind of spot. I've been limited, zombies around me, blindly seen this vision. Let's catch a window, try this kind of temperament. On my mind, lies, getting intimate back in it. Black women and children dying, where's the revolution? It's gone on, ministers lying like you were your boss. They get off, thought y'all doing us wrong. Don't fund the creative excuses to brawn on the black market. What they do with the brawn, slaughter on our baby. They ruin the funds of producing the truth to the few of these songs.
Yo, you're gonna have to break some of them bars down for us, cause bro, you spoke.
Of course, man. Whatever y'all got questions on, I'll happily tell y'all, man. Y'all just gotta let me know. Any specific lines.
We know TayDZ is on here. I don't want him to get lost in the conversation. So Tay, if you got any questions, definitely don't feel shy about asking. And my go-to question whenever I hear an artist's amazing work is, what inspired that? Like, where did that come from?
So really, I sat down one day and I had an original beat that I wrote that for, but for some reason or another, it didn't end up on the original instrumentation. So I was talking with my brother Blank Thought, and he was like, "Man, I'd love to get the EP." And I was like, "Yeah, of course, let's do it. Let's do it. Switch some beats." And he sent me through a few, and the beat for Reset really stood out. So I was like, "Yeah, let me go ahead and see what I can do with this." At first, I had a demo with just some parts of the vocals and whatnot, a little mix, but I ended up going back. I found some of the lyrics, find the delivery and whatnot, and it really just stemmed from something that I created. And the concept I really like, but it just ended up sitting there and catching dust for a little bit. But thanks to Blank Thought, inspired me to get on that beat, and that being really dope. I just got back in the lab, refined it, and we made something dope.
That's awesome. It sounds like, are you getting back in the saddle with your music, or were you steady on the racetrack?
I'm definitely getting back in the music. So Reset dropped in January. I had a song called Kennedy that dropped in February. But after Kennedy dropped, I locked in super heavy with battle rap and whatnot. But after my last battle that I had, was it about a week ago, I believe, and a half ago, against a super fire battle rapper on URL named J2 in the Spaces. After that, I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and just lock in, start working on these projects, because that's my passion at the end of the day. I love battle rap. Battle rap has been a great platform for me, but music is where my heart's at.
Got you.
So,
Okay.
so tell us about the battle rap experience on Spaces, because I've seen it, like I've seen the live battle raps, but I just want to know how it's different on Spaces, because in the live you can actually see how the other person's reacting to what you're saying and all that. So how is that different from Spaces?
Yeah, so in terms of Spaces, there's a really heavy emphasis on writing. Whereas when you're rapping in person and you have the ability to perform and be a little more theatrical with your movement, there's more for the audience to see, and there's more for the audience to latch on to. Whereas when it's just purely audio, like in Spaces or on Discord or any one of the mediums, there's a heavy emphasis on the writing that you're doing. So I gotta make sure, whether the performance is, a 7 or a 10, I have to make sure that the lyrics are always at a very high level. Not only for myself, but for the listener, for the consumer. Because if not, it won't be received as well as I wish it to.
Oh wow, I think that's a little bit unique or a little bit counterculture, because I think there was a trend in hip hop music where lyrics weren't really the focus. Like I think lyricism got lost in the new subgenres of rap that were sort of popping up from like SoundCloud rappers. Now there's TikTok rappers and such. So it's really like interesting that you're in a space where you're focusing on your lyrics like intensely, and I commend you for that. And okay, offering and a little idea here. Do with it what you will, but it sounds like to me that you went on like a virtual tour, like being in the Twitter Spaces and whatnot. Kind of like getting your name out there, showing people your skills. What do you think about a battle rap album? I mean, do you think it's possible to take some of what you do in those spaces, record it, and assemble it into a whole work for people to listen to over and over again?
Yeah, that's actually funny enough. So late last year, I had a battle. I think I was on. I think I was on here with y'all right after I had a battle with my good collaborator, brother Just Thoughts. And that round that I wrote for him was very long form. It was like a 7-minute round or 6-minute round, and it wasn't just the typical violent subject matter or what may have you, but it had a more emphasis on the conscious side of things in terms of my beliefs and the distance between somebody's beliefs is sort of somebody believes like mine, which are deeply rooted in contemporary spirituality, my goodness, and something that's more along the lines of Abrahamic Christian religion or Judaism or any of those sects that come along with it. So I actually toyed with the idea of presenting that in a long form fashion, because around I had, it could have been longer, but I had to cut it off for time restraints. So I really thought about recording that and even doing a little music video for it, per se, quote music video. But yeah, that's definitely been an idea I've toyed with. I would love to do that in the future. Maybe sometime with my Proud Brothers, shout out to Proud Audio platform and a good spaces platform, great artists conglomerate. That's based on Twitter, but yeah, I would love to definitely explore that idea more in the future when I'm back in the battle rap mode.
Oh, back in the battle rap mode. Okay. Well, you're extremely creative, and every time you come on this show, you got a list of stuff that you're about to put out, that you've got out. So it surprises me that you're sort of getting back into the music, because it sounds like you're never really out of the music. Honestly, it sounds like you live your passion, and if you ever do that long form, we definitely want to support that. And if you ever do a battle rap album or anything like that, a collaboration, something.
No, that sounds fire. A battle rap album, like of all your battle raps, or like a music video, or short film of all your battle
idea.
A short film of all your battle raps. That sounds fire.
Yeah, people really enjoy that stuff. Like even singer-songwriter, like the acoustic version of a song or just a live performance. I don't know if anybody remembers MTV Unplugged.
A little bit.
Basically, people went into like an MTV studio and they would just perform their songs live. Like it's kind of like NPR's Tiny Desk. So like, I'm just trying to say that raw element from the artist really draws in.
Yeah, it's like a tiny little concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really fire idea. Yeah. I would definitely be down to explore that in the future. I like that idea for sure.
It's Fuzhjin. Napoleon, if you might. I know you stepped out for a minute. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Got a little allergies going on, you know.
Okay.
It's that time of year.
Ooh. Fuzhjin, do you get allergies?
Oh my goodness, all the time. Don't let me be doing no yard work, man. I go mow the lawn or something. It's terrible. It's got to the point I gotta wear a mask when I mow the lawn. Like it's this whole debacle going on, man. It's terrible.
You know what's crazy? I love the smell of fresh cut grass, but
Man, that tears me up.
I be trying to bear it, but man, like all the little particles and whatnot, they get to you easy. I don't know what it is, but it was to the point I had to wear 2 masks and a pair of sunglasses, like the whole nine, just so I wouldn't be, stuffy nose, watery eye, like all that foolishness, man. It's something.
What weird smells do y'all like though? That's what this question is. That's what this is leading me to ask. What's an unusual?
I like the smell of gasoline.
Same. What about you?
I wouldn't say it's odd smell, but I think my favorite smell is like it's like vanilla. I really like the smell of vanilla. I also like the smell of lavender. I don't have anything that really appeals to me as weird smelling per se. But like I like sweet smells and kind of like spicy smells as well. Like y'all ever go to a seafood restaurant and it just be like it just hits you like yeah, I'm tear this up. That's really probably weird, honestly.
I don't think that's weird because those actually smell nice.
I think it's because we live in Maryland.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's Maryland is not with us, but to people who don't live in or on the East Coast, it might be an odd smell.
Oh.
That's nice.
Fuzhjin, where are you from?
I'm born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida, so I'm from the South. Crab boy, normal.
Yeah, so you live on the East Coast.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. So it's not unusual for us.
Oh, okay. Others it may be.
Yeah, to people from like Ohio or or what other state is in the middle of the U.S.? Wyoming.
I found the idea that some like dude in Ohio is like smelling fish for the first time. He's just like, wow, it's amazing. There's seafood.
I want to bring this conversation back around to music and poetry. And Fuzhjin, before you hopped on, we were talking with TayDZ about AI poetry. Have you heard about Chat GPT by any chance?
I have, man. it's a scary thing. Like at first I was like, okay, this is a little goofy. Like I can rock with it. You know, the memes is cool. We rock with memes over here. But man, some of this stuff has been sounding super realistic. Like it's a gift and a curse because I feel like you can accomplish a lot with it, especially with the whole AI thing. I think the possibilities are endless, but with the way you mimic and portray people and deceive people, it's crazy. It has a lot of, it's a double-edged sword to say the least. It's wild for sure.
What's that called?
What, catfishing?
No. The face thing.
The face thing, AI filter?
No. When there's an AI acting like you.
Oh, isn't it just an animation?
No. It's
Don't know the word. Maybe it is.
You do, because they did it to Trump a few years ago.
Oh.
Define what you mean exactly.
So they take someone's face and make it look like there's someone that they're saying.
Oh, deep fake?
Deep fake. That deep fake stuff is scary.
Oh yeah, it is. Definitely. But I wanted to ask Fuzhjin, we were talking about AI poems. Would you ever let an AI write your lyrics? Or produce your music?
I think So I wouldn't let it write my lyrics just because I'm kind of like a purist. Like I'm kind of like an old head in that regard. I'm like, oh, you can write a song. But I definitely would let artificial intelligence produce a beat for me. Like I think that would be super cool, especially if I give it the right parameters and whatnot. Like I think that could be super dope. But I think we're a little too far off from that. Just a little bit. I think maybe like in this year, maybe started next year, we'll have something that artists can use for that. If so, y'all are definitely gonna be seeing artificial intelligence in my production credits for real. Most definitely.
Would you let an AI mix your music though?
Nah, I couldn't do that. I feel like when I'm mixing the music, like that's when that's really when I think that's the most personal part besides writing it. Like you get to hit what you're saying, the substance. You can go back. It's really just the process, like mixing it down, and you put all that hard work into it, and you really have a set goal of what you want the product to be. And I think that builds character within an artist, especially independent artists that's just coming up. I think all independent artists should try their hand at recording themselves and mixing themselves up. I think that'd be a little too much automation. Like it's cool for sure, but we can't make it too easy.
Oh yeah.
Nah, I mean I'm all for the whole personal mixing it, but man, I can't. It's too much sitting. Listening to the same thing over and over again, my ears get tired real fast. And then when I'm in my ADD, it's too much sitting in one place listening to the same thing over and over again for me. I just can't do that. I shout out to all the people who do. Like, shout out to you for actually doing that, but bruh, I can't.
Hey man, I know it, but it's difficult, man. Like starting out, it's tough for sure. But once you get it, once you get a real rhythm, feel me? It usually all comes from that, but it's all about the individual experience at the end of the day, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I definitely would have an AI do some stuff for me. Right at the top of my mind is definitely transcribing like podcast episodes. It can do that.
Yes, definitely, it could definitely do that. I would not be opposed to it doing that. But see, the thing about me is, it doesn't always understand what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
So, it would have to either somebody would have to go back and actually edit the transcription.
Yeah, it wouldn't be perfect. Like you still need like a human to
Yeah.
go through and edit that out. Okay, guys, I'm trying to do a little game with us if this thing would pop up. Okay,
We got
so we got
4 minutes left.
So I've got some real song lyrics and I've got some AI generated song lyrics.
Okay.
And I want you to try to guess which is the AI and which is the real person lyrics. So
Got
hopefully
you.
you don't recognize this person's lyrics.
Got
I'm only gonna read a
you.
piece.
Let's go.
Okay. I'm gonna try to like read it like a poem. Okay.
For sure.
You may look at me and think I'm just a young girl, but I'm not just a young girl. Baby, this is what I'm looking for. Sexy, independent, down to spend it type. That's getting his dough. I'm not being too dramatic. That's the way I gotta have it. That was lyric 1. This is lyric 2. I don't need no money just to get me to know myself. So come on, let the light shine on you, baby. This is how we make it. And when it comes to being fabulous, I think you already know. This is not ha 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 ha. This is not ha 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 ha. And
That's the AI.
which one?
The second one.
I think the first one is the AI.
I'm going with the first one.
Huh?
I think the second one got too much personality with the ha.
Yeah, it sounds like 50 Cent when he hit that song. He's like, ha, 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 ha.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I think Napoleon beat my cheating because he could see my computer because
I did not
TayDZ
cheat.
and Fuzhjin, you guessed wrong.
Man,
It just
they got us.
It just sounds off. Like
It's
even
no robots taking over the world. Done for.
The lyrics I read were from Sierra's song Goodies.
Oh!
Yeah, that's the
You
way I
right.
gotta have it. Okay, maybe
You
I'm
right.
not a good singer, but yeah, that was her song Goodies. It's a hit song, guys. Like, her lyrics hit.
what you saying, Sierra being an AI? Dang,
I know.
that's crazy.
We need to make sure P my day when the AI take over.
I was trying to throw you guys off, though, with the way I read it. But yeah. Okay. So that was our show. Thank you so much, Fuzhjin, for coming on tonight and telling us what's going on with you. Where can we continue to keep up with you?
Of course, I appreciate it. You can find me on all social media at FUZHJIN. Repeat, all social media at FUZHJIN. Same for all music platforms. My battles are also on YouTube by the same name. And you can also find my camp that I represent, Crowd, on Twitter at CROBSHYT. On Twitter, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate Poetry Slam. Appreciate y'all. Like, much love to y'all.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
thank you.
Yes, so TayDZ.
Any last thoughts?
Love AI, but let's keep the human element in some things, y'all.
Nah,
Snaps
for
to
real.
that.
Nah,
Snaps
for
to
real.
that. Yes. Okay.
Any last thoughts, guys?
My last thought is you were listening to Poetry Slam with Bellz.
And your boy Napoleon B.M.E. Good night, everybody.